It's like, what?
And he also made Daredevil, I believe.
Yeah, I want to see the director of the piano make a fucking Captain America movie. You know what I mean? No, thank you. Yeah, Disney Plus is still ramping up to be pretty big.
I'm pretty excited about it.
I really am too, and I know we've talked about it ad nauseum, but I still really think that that's going to be something that's going to change a lot of aspects of the digital part of it, because their original content is going to be out the gate awesome.
I think there's a few more days for the deals on it too. So.
Yeah, I have a deal where I'm a Disney Rewards member, so I can get it for 2 years for like $120 or
yeah, it's
something.
like
Holy
super cheap. Yeah.
What's a Disney Rewards? Like, is that just a credit card with them?
No, it's actually you sign up and you just sign up for the reward system, and every time you buy a Disney movie, you put in a code. Right? Yeah, like a Disney or a Marvel movie, or like the Pixar movies. Yeah. So I buy those all the time, and you put in the code. I've gotten so many free posters from them, which are like 100. I don't remember how many points they are, but I have like 1,200 points right now, and I just don't want to get any of the new posters.
Right. Not until they come out with something cool.
Like I have an original Guardians of the Galaxy. I have Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
That's so cool.
You know what I mean? Like
that's really
Ant-Man.
Yeah. Is it free, and you just get it because you're buying their products?
Yeah. You can just sign up for free, and then you just put in the codes. There's all sorts of other stuff.
They used to have the tear out tabs on the inside of all of their Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yeah, you had to tear them out.
Just like they did on their VHSs too.
Or cereal boxes.
Sure. Yeah. Why haven't they?
The glow-in-the-dark spoon.
Yes. Yeah. It's a red spoon for the bad Jedis. the Siths. When it comes down to any other movies, do we have any other kind of movie picks?
Let me throw out real quick. They're doing a road show for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which is cool. Just another reason that October is going to be awesome.
Is it a Fathom event, though?
It is a Fathom event. That's what they said recently. Yes. And then what else? We got Jason Mewes had his directorial debut.
Yes.
But he also did a documentary on Tusk, which is where I saw the Fathom event advertised. But what was that movie that he did, Method to the Madness?
Yes.
And that's going to be
looks really
out.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talked about it like 3 months ago or something like that, whenever they were kind of starting the press for it. Yeah. So it'll be a good movie. Come on, anything Jason Mewes.
There's a lot of people in it.
Yeah. They're gonna have a lot of good cameos. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be dick and fart jokes, Sure. But come on, who gives a shit? It's gonna be good. But it might actually have a little edge to it, because I think he's lived a long life now. And
he's
been through a lot of shit. Which is really cool. And it's always good to see him or Kevin Smith, because I've always been a big fan of all of their whole troupe. You know what I mean?
I have too. Yeah.
I think all of us really have like an affinity for their movies and things like that, just because we kind of grew up with them,
Definitely.
So we always like them. It's like in maybe Austin Powers, but not the same kind of.
What?
No. I like Austin Powers, and that'll always stick with me. But like the Jay and Silent Bob, how many movies did they make?
Well,
I'm not going to compare it to that. Yeah, scratch that off.
Well, they were in Clerks. They were in Mallrats. They were in Chasing Amy. They were in Dogma. They were in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
And they were in Clerks 2. And then I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I like those movies, and I like Red State. I like Kevin Smith's movies and stuff.
I think
I'm interested to see what Jason Mewes can do. The documentary on Tusk is really cool. I liked Tusk from 5 years ago.
Yeah. Such an unusual movie.
It's a weird movie, but it had a cool story if you listen to the podcast about...
Yeah, they kind of came up with it on the podcast, didn't they?
I like the story behind it. I haven't actually seen it yet because I heard it was just garbage, but I mean...
It's not, though. It's really well made.
It's almost like Yoga Hosers, if you've ever seen that one.
No, see, I didn't see that one.
The Yoga Hosers I watched just because, again...
It's like it's got more of a slower, like, I don't want to say The Shining feel, but like more of a slower horror movie feel, and I don't think it's garbage, but it's just weird.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was in both of them, too.
It is shot beautifully, yeah. And Johnny Depp was in both of them.
Yeah.
I have wanted to watch it just because it's made by, Kevin Smith. So I plan on watching it, and I think I will. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to find it. I mean...
Speaking of Fathom events, The Twilight Zone is going to play 6 episodes in theaters that people can see. They announced that on this last Friday here. And
because is it going to be in November they're going to do it?
No, it's
because also in November it's the 40th anniversary of Alien, isn't it?
No, Alien came out in May in '79.
Well, I know they're doing a 40th anniversary showing of that.
Of Alien,
in like October and November. So that's going to be that might be something I'd really like to go see in the theater, like we did with Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I would be down to go see Alien. I'd be down to go see this Twilight Zone.
That would be really cool too.
Every year I watch the Twilight Zone during New Year's. We do like a marathon, and I've been doing that for like the last 10 years or so, and I really enjoy those episodes. They're going to play 6 of them. They're awesome. I believe they are Walking Distance and Time Enough at Last and
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith. Yeah. And the monsters are due on Maple Street, The Invaders, To Serve Man, and there's one more that I can't remember. But those are all really, really good episodes.
I really do wish that the Fathom people or even the classic series, they would do more movies instead of just one a week. Do like 2 or 3 a week.
Maybe, yeah.
Man, I would probably go see a little bit more movies, even if they brought them to the dollar theaters too. The next month would be great.
Like major cities or touristy areas, they should honestly think about putting up a Fathom theater that just does Fathom.
Those are
arts.
Alamo Draft Houses and things like that. Because Alamo Draft House in where is it at? Littleton, right?
Yes.
There's one here,
Littleton, Colorado.
They do a lot of really like. Last month, it was something like Ghostbusters and cool stuff like that, So, and then of course, I mean, down in Austin, that's where they kind of do all the big premieres and really cool stuff.
They'll get those limited releases too. Then where we not every city will get all the prints of like Lucy in the Skies coming out next year or next month, or like Peanut Butter Falcon came out last month.
Right.
We get those at the one artsy theater in our town, but they don't come to all the theaters all the
Kimball
time.
Or something like that. Yeah.
How do they pay them? Like, do they still have to pay rights if they play the Blues Brothers? They got to pay.
Because they have vaults. These big major movie studios, which they stopped making 35mm prints years ago. Like 5 or 6 years ago, they stopped printing everything on those. So everything that they got in their back catalog, you can go in there and you can rent for a certain amount of time to show. So you're paying for the rights to show that movie.
So you're still getting the film and like
you're actually getting the canisters, the 4 canisters of film. Like a lot of drive-ins still do it, but there's not a lot of 35mm prints.
They don't have the projectors in the buildings,
right? Because they've all there's several documentaries about this on Amazon. They're really cool.
Oh, really?
Like the drive-in one, the one that they have a theater in England that did that. The one theater, the one that Tarantino owns in LA. But to your point, essentially, it's like paying for the rights to use the DVD, essentially, for a little bit. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like borrowing it.
Yeah. You're paying for just like
renting.
Yeah, they're all paying instead of downloading them. You're waiting for them to come in.
This one
is that how they do it at the theaters now? They just download them.
Yeah, I think
they come in a secure
stork.
No, like like an orange suitcase with like a handle. Like they come in a secure thing.
FedEx.
Sometimes from one guy has to hand it to the projectionist, and sometimes you can't open them until a certain time. And then they have to download it, which takes a little while. Then it basically can play digitally on all the projectors in the theater. Mm-hmm. They just have to program which ones and when.
There's no more projectionists really anymore. It's not a lost art of anything. Which
they might have them in places, but I don't think they make prints anymore. You can get older prints.
Yeah, you have to get all of the older movies to be able to show them, and then they're limited on those as well. So they don't have the same stock that they used to have of all the movies.
Right. I could bring I have a box that's super heavy full of trailers, movie trailers, like The Dark Knight, Watchmen, awesome. A lot of stuff from like that, like Wolverine, X-Men, Speed Racer.
See, that would be really cool.
Then you can, if you had a 35mm projector, we could run that and watch it.
Well,
all just spooled up into like a ball, like a hockey puck.
That's so cool. And a lot of the older movies too, older movies that they're finding have the trailers attached to them. Because as a projectionist, what you had to do is you had to attach the trailer to the film. The last one
is supposed to be attached to it.
Because it just plays as one reel.
Yes.
That first reel, yeah.
And so you might have like a set of previews and then you attach it to it. And I might be 100% because I never was a projectionist, but if you some of the stuff that they're finding in vaults have old trailers that the movies don't even exist anymore.
Right.
But they have trailers for these like really shitty Roger Corman movies.
Yeah.
Like
I mentioned on one of the other ones about like Birds of Prey is essentially attached to it too, which again I haven't seen since like 10 years ago when I worked in as a projectionist. Like you would put all the the trailers, you would have to tape them on. You could pick, like I could pick them. You know
which ones actually were going to go on.
But they would give you a list inside of the canisters that said, please play, these trailers with this or whatever. You know what I mean? Usually you want to keep like the Warner Brothers ones with the Warner Brothers and the superhero ones together and like R-rated ones together. Yeah, see,
that's like an ultimate dream for me. My ultimate dream for anything is if I ever had enough money to do whatever I wanted to, I would start a theater, right?
I'd have a video store.
See, but mine, I would have several attachments to it, like a record and video, but then a theater, but then also like a little lunchroom.
I'll run the video store.
But then also too, at the same time, it would be like a next step for kids on the spectrum, so they can come work and they would be able to watch one movie per day on their lunch break or do whatever, you know what I mean? But they would be able to run the concession stand. Be able to run the projection booth, whatever. Run the store on the side, the little bitty luncheon that I would have, like a blue plate kind of a deal, hamburgers and pie, right?
Oh, pie.
You know what I mean? So people,
I've never had pie.
Coffee.
Like film students could go in there, or people that love movies like us could sit there and just have a big discussion about the movie that they just watched afterwards. You know what I mean? But then also you have, you're providing work for the next workforce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then my idea was to have, 3 or 4 different theaters, and one of them is showing, an old horror movie all week. Another one's showing like a series like the Friday the 13th series. Another one's showing, like all the Tarantino movies or something like that. You would have themed weeks.
All the Living Dead ones.
Right. Yeah, you would have it all together so that way, and plus have 1 or 2 new run movies. So the people that don't want to watch the old stuff will watch that. But you'd also have them running all day long. So people can come in whenever they wanted to and stay all day if they wanted to. It's like a one price.
Yeah, like
$15.
Yeah, if you bought a ticket to see it, you could sit in there all day.
Yeah, you could pay like $10 and you could stay in there all day if you wanted to. Leave, go eat lunch, come back. If there's that would be like the coolest thing in the world.
Or you could like special request movies.
Yeah, and
for future events and all that, and you could have it prepped in certain prices. And
yeah. You just have. I think it would be really cool, and especially to get a hold of somebody that knows how to run projectors and then have the digital projectors too. There's a lot of cool stuff that I would do with it, but that would be an ultimate dream.
The projectors are sweet. Yeah. You know what's crazy though is changing the light bulbs.
Yeah,
that's the most dangerous part because you can't touch it at all, otherwise it'll explode.
Yep.
And so you have to wear I had to wear like a face mask and like a thing,
special gloves, everything like that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna drop this. This is the time it's gonna happen. It's on my time.
You remember the DLP TVs?
Yep.
I had to change one of the bulbs in there, and it was like the same thing where you cannot touch it with like normal hands. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm like trying to get in there.
Yeah, trying to reach behind that fucking DLP shit and just like,
Yeah, don't touch any of the pieces of glass. Don't touch it.
Well, let's talk about TV too. What have you guys been watching on TV?
I have been watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is back for its 14th season.
14. It is back?
Yep.
Oh my God, yes.
And then it'll be AEW, All Elite Wrestling, will be on TNT on October 2nd starting, and that's pretty cool. That's about it. I just want to say real quick, though, The Twilight Zone is having its 60th anniversary this year, so that's cool. Awesome. The very first episode is really sweet.
Well, we did also mention Disenchantment last week, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it already?
It's finally out, and I'm halfway through. Or no,
I got one episode left.
Oh,
yeah,
how many are
it's
there?
Great. I think I'm on episode maybe with the 10th one on this one, so I don't know if there's one more after that.
I
watched
it.
Yeah. I sit down and I watch about 2 or 3 episodes a day.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been really enjoying it, and they've gotten way better than the last season.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and it's really fucking good. Yeah. Everything.
And like they were definitely taking some jabs.
Yeah. No, and it's one of those that I can watch again.
Oh yeah.
And catch all the extra stuff that I didn't catch before.
Oh my God.
My wife's been on a What We Do in the Shadows kick, so every time I come home, she's watching What We Do in the Shadows until she goes to sleep.
Yeah.
I fucking love that show. That show is awesome.
And
I gotta get the DVD of that. So the movie. I gotta get the movie. Is what I need.
I feel like I've done you a disservice too, Brock, because you've talked about that for so long, and I've wanted to watch it so badly.
It's so good.
You're missing missing out on probably one of the funniest shows on TV. Right
I need
now,
you to just text me every night around 9 or 10.
You need to watch it.
It's
on
like,
Hulu.
Yo.
It's on Hulu right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have access to it. It's not that. It's just like it never pops up on the feed when I'm just going through stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate that because it's like it seems like it would be a show that I would actually really enjoy if I saw it on there and I just remembered for a single night
just to watch the first episode.
Just to watch the first episode.
Have you seen the movie though?
No, I still haven't.
You need to watch the fucking movie first.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I would
but
prefer
if you watch the movie first, you will get